Giveaway Sunday! This is giveaway day! I'm so excited about this. This was the Lake Wales store and they had so many really cool things in it, but I did say at the very beginning of this that Ollie's may have listened, and the reason that I'm saying that is that it is possible that Ollie's may be redistributing the liquidation from the American crafts. This is what I saw at the Lake Wales store. This is them tearing down the dollar table at the Lake Wales store and piling it all onto a pallet. Now, I didn't ask as many questions as I wanted to because the person who was working was very busy and I didn't want to interrupt her too much. But she did say that it was quite possible that these items were going elsewhere. Other things that make me think that Ollie's is actually listening is that this time in the flyer, the Red Heart yarn was advertised, which means that it's gone to all of the Ollie's. And I've also heard from people in the Chatty Crafty Guild, which is what we call this group. The community surrounding this channel is called the Chatty Crafty Guild, and there is also a Facebook group that goes along with it. So if you want to go over to Facebook, you can join that group. The link for it is in the description of this particular video, but please watch the video before you click on that link. I appreciate that. But one thing that has been coming across in the Chatty Crafty Guild is that the Cricut lamps are starting to show up in all of the stores, not just one or two. Like in the very beginning, the really cool items would show up in one store and maybe two stores, and the rest of the country would miss out on those really amazing items because the liquidation was not equitable. I do know that at least one person in the Chatty Crafty Guild had said that they were going to write a letter, and that they posted it that they were going to write a letter to the Ollie's management to ask them to do something more equitable with this. And now that I'm seeing that the Cricut lamps that are such a great deal, because I found one at the Lake Wales store, but I only found one. But other people in other states through the Chatty Crafty Guild, through comments on this particular channel and through the Facebook group, have been saying that the lamps are starting to show up in their stores as well. So that is a more equitable distribution of these liquidated items. Also, I lost my train of thought. Hold on, I gotta go back and listen to what I was saying. Oh yeah, okay, so since I saw that stuff being put onto a pallet, it makes me think that all of that stuff is going to go back to a warehouse, because this is the perfect time to take all of the unequally distributed items from the craft liquidation and send it back to the warehouse and redistribute it more equitably, because all of the stuff that was in storage for the holidays has been pulled out and thrown into the stores. Now there's room in the warehouse to take these art items back and these craft items back and to redistribute them more equitably throughout the Ollie's. And wouldn't that be just so cool? I'm so hoping that I'm right. I'm so hoping that this particular inference that I have is absolutely correct, because that would be amazing for everybody across the country to be able to partake of all of these wonderful deals, like this 14 pack of 8x8 canvases for $4. I mean, you can't beat that price. That is such an amazing price. And all of these items at Ollie's that I've been coming across and I've been telling people about, many of the people have said in other states, I'm in Florida, but people have been saying in other states that they don't see any of these items in their Ollie's. And I would love for Ollie's to be pulling all the stuff back to the warehouse, because the trucks are going out completely full with holiday stuff. They can come back with the craft stuff, and while the people in the warehouses have the time and the space, they can redistribute these craft items more equitably, so that places that didn't get things like these cookie cutters will now get the cookie cutters, and things that didn't get the paper pads, if they have any paper pads left. All of the Arteza items that people aren't seeing in all of the other stores, like these pouring paints that are metallic and beautiful. Maybe they will get to the other stores, possibly also the chalk. If you don't know the inside joke about the chalk, go back and watch several of my videos. I talk about them a lot. But wouldn't it be amazing if my inference actually comes to pass, and that these liquidation items end up back at the warehouse, get equally distributed to all of the other Ollie's? I think that would be amazing. I just absolutely do. We're back at the canvases. Most of these canvas packs for the framed canvas, where they're stretched and put on wood frames, are $10. This was 12 by 16, it was 14 panels, and I think it was also $10, but for 12 by 16 panels of craft, not craft, canvas, even though they're not stretched, even though it's flat canvas, that's an incredibly good price. This Lake Wales store is the first store that I've seen multiple sizes of those flat canvases in for quite a while. Those flat canvases really seem to have disappeared in all of the stores that I found it in. They had the obligatory red Cricut foil, because of course they had the obligatory red Cricut foil, and they also had this really beautiful beautiful sportsman's pad, and the pictures are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. But other than that plaid one that's in there, they're really too big an image for what I would use in my crafting. So of course I left it. It might still be there. I'm not going to buy anything that I'm not going to use. I'm not using this in order to make profit on it. But here, I'm going to give the giveaway information now. I'm a huge NFL fan, and I have to say that today I have been incredibly impressed with the NFL, because everybody has been talking about what occurred on Thursday and that I found out about on Friday as if it was just something that happened, and it wasn't. It was something that was chosen. And the NFL has been putting out there saying, these are the options that are available to you. This is what is available. This is the help. This is who you call. And even in Berlin, when they played the Berlin game this morning, it was broadcast in both German and English in there. And I'm so impressed by that, because the NFL is stepping up. And the NFL is saying, this is something that needs to happen. This is a discussion that we need to have. So I will say again, somebody somewhere cares about your continued existence, even if it's the person in drive-thru when you go and get your Starbucks, or the person who gives you your Egg McMuffin, not sponsored, every morning. Somebody knows that you exist. And if you are struggling, get help, please. Because where there's life, there's hope. I will always say that. Always. Giveaway. So this week's giveaway is for resin people. And I have these items to give away. And I don't know if the third one's in the screen. Well, we'll put it up there. And in these items, there will be 2 winners this week. And each winner will get a bundle. All 3 of these items for the resin people. It's a bracelet maker, the agate coaster maker, and then these little box makers. There's 4 pieces in here. They make a box and a lid, a round box and a lid, and a square box and a lid. And all you have to do to enter is to click on the link in the description. Please watch the rest of the video. Please, please, please watch the rest of the video. Then click on the link in the description and fill the form out correctly. Be sure that you read the instructions very carefully, because any form that's not filled out correctly will be deleted, and you won't be able to participate in the event unless you click on the link again. And if it allows you to fill it out a second time, that means your first one was filled out wrong and it got deleted. So make sure that you read the instructions. The reason that I'm asking for a 6-character alphanumeric code, which is a big part of the giveaway, is because it keeps scammers from scamming you. When you fill that out, you have a 6-character alphanumeric code that must be 3 capital letters and 3 numbers in any order. I don't care. But it must be those 6 characters, 3 and 3, must be capitalized. And when you fill out the winner's form, you will verify your 6-character alphanumeric code that you chose in the entry form. And then when I send you an email, the subject of that email will be your 6-character alphanumeric code. So I see the code when you enter, I see the code when you fill out the winner's form, and you see the code when I send you the email. That way you know the email's from me, and any other emails that you get or any other contact that you get, that's a scam. Ignore it. It's bad. Go away. They need to go. Shoo. So that's why I do that 6-character alphanumeric code, and that's why it is such a big part of my giveaways, is because I don't want anybody to get scammed. So that's the giveaway. Good luck to anybody who enters. Please, 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 if you enter, please check back next Sunday to see if you won, because last week's winner never checked, or at least never filled out the winner's form. So if you enter the giveaway, you're more than welcome. I appreciate every entry, but also do please make sure that you check to see whether or not you won. The winner will be announced next Sunday. So good luck to everybody. And back to the walkthrough. The fact that I'm giving away resin products is really kind of interesting, because I don't do resin. I have absolutely no use for any of those items that I've just pointed out and that I'm giving away, but I do know that there are resin crafters out there, and that's one thing about me and my channel is I don't gatekeep. I'm going to show you what's out there, whether I do that kind of craft or not. And another thing about my channel that's really cool is that I do live streams where we craft together, and the guild gets together and we talk about what we're doing and the crafting, and we build on the ideas that we put out there, and it increases the knowledge and the skill set of everybody involved. And it's really fun to sit there and discuss what's going on. I'm not just sitting there showing you what I'm doing. We're all discussing what I'm doing, and we make ideas and we make plans, and I change what I do based on what the group is saying. So my live streams are also a whole lot of fun. And the live stream that I put up on Friday, November 7th was amazing for just that. We were bouncing ideas off of each other and we had a grand time, and it was really cool, some of the ideas that we came up with by the end of the live stream. So please, if you're getting any joy or any value, or if you think that's something that you'd be interested in, please do subscribe, turn on those notifications so that when I go live, you'll be able to participate as well. And I'm looking so forward to meeting all of you and seeing all of you in my live streams and to seeing comments from you. But if watching and liking is all that you're capable of because that's where your mental state is, that's fine. I want you to do what you are authentically capable of doing, and I don't want you to stretch yourself in any way that's uncomfortable for you. I will always say on this channel, absolutely 100% be your authentic self. Be true to you. What you're capable of is what I appreciate. If watching my videos from start to finish is what you're capable of, thank you so very much. If watching and liking, again, thank you so very much. And there's no degree of my thanks. My thanks is sincere, whether you're watching it or whether you're watching, liking, subscribing, sharing, putting in comments, responding to comments, all of that stuff. Whatever label, not label, whatever level of interaction that you're capable of is what I appreciate. And I am so humbled and blessed by the number of people who have chosen to be a part of the Chatty Crafty group, a part of the Chatty Crafty community, a part of the Chatty Crafty guild. I'm so humbled and appreciative of all of you so very much. I can't say thank you enough. This Ollie's had some amazing things in it. I just can't say how many wonderful things they had. I haven't really been watching the video, so I don't know if it came up yet, but this is the Ollie's that had the pigment ink pads for $1.99, and that is such a great price for the archival pigment ink pads. And I have tested them in 2 or 3 of my live streams now, and they're wonderful. Some people have been asking about dotting tools, so I'm here in the makeup department looking at the nail supply to see if there's any dotting tools here, and I didn't see any, and I've checked other places for dotting tools, and I've never seen any at Ollie's, but I will keep my eyes open because I have been asked to. So I did find a few other cool things. I thought that makeup brush set would be cool for making cards and things like that. I really appreciate everyone who has stopped and watched and viewed and everything. And I thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. And I hope you have an excellent beginning of the week or whatever time of day or week it is when you're watching this. I appreciate you so very much. Thanks for watching. Cheers and happy crafting.